with that in mind, we're going to get straight into this podcast episode. I know it's been, around 3 weeks since I did a podcast episode, but we are back on, and we've had a whole lot of things going on, but specifically that has been the whole talk for a couple of weeks, the whole beef with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, specifically those two. Now, Drake has been going back and forth with Rick Ross, Metro Boomin, Future, and all of these people, but the main beef has been between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I have reacted to Kendrick Lamar's diss. I've also reacted to Drake's diss on my second channel, Coven, my vlogging reaction channel. Be sure to check that out. I will be leaving it in the description. So basically, all of this, for those of y'all that don't know how it had all started, was on Like That on We Don't Trust You, the collab album with Metro Boomin and Future. There was a song, Metro, Future, and Kendrick Lamar, Like That, and Kendrick Lamar pretty much just took shots at Drake and J. Cole. So then J. Cole ended up dissing Kendrick, but then he ends up apologizing. But Drake wasn't playing that. Drake wasn't playing that at all. So then he drops a diss, and then it's just been feud ever since then. So you see Kendrick, he dropped Euphoria. You see him drop 616. And then you see him drop Meet the Grams. And then you also see Kendrick Lamar drop Not Like Us, which dropped a couple of days ago. And it got the most amount of views the very first day, passing up Champagne Poetry with 11.9 mil. And then you also saw Drake drop Family Matters, and you saw him drop The Heart Part 6. So he dropped 2 discs, and Kendrick Lamar drops 4 discs tracks. And y'all can pick y'all side. Let me know down in the comment section who side y'all are on. I'm personally on Drake's side, but right now, with everything that has been going on with the diss records that has been put out, and all of them has been magnificent, I think Kendrick has an edge right now, just a slight edge. But on The Heart Part 6, Drake did say that he was feeding into the beef and was giving Kendrick Lamar fake information. So if he was giving him fake information and Kendrick Lamar was saying on Meet the Grams and Not Like Us some fake information, maybe it's even right now. So all of that being said, we're thinking that this beef wasn't going to turn violent. We're thinking that it was just going to be just strictly rap beef. And sure enough, it has turned violent, turned for the worst that I didn't want to happen, not one bit. So on May 7th, 2024, at around 2:09, there was a shooting at Drake's Bridle Path home, and one person who ended up being a security guard was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. Drake didn't get injured, but like I said, the security guard got injured. Drake's, the OVO store in London got vandalized, and also what had ended up happening, let me go ahead and show y'all the new information that happened today as I am recording this video, is that there was a trespasser attempting to get into Drake's Toronto's home, and he ends up getting arrested. So all of this has now turned violent and has now turned serious. So let's go ahead and just look at the news, see if they have more news on the whole situation.
Here in Toronto's Bridle Path neighborhood, shots rang out outside Drake's mansion here in Toronto's Bridle Path neighborhood at around 2 o'clock this morning. Police say that a man who was working as a security guard at the residence was struck and taken to hospital in serious condition. Now, there were several orange evidence markers leading up to the front gate of the residence. That's where police say the victim was standing. He was standing outside the front gate when an unknown number of suspects approached in a vehicle and opened fire. Now, police would not say if Drake was home at the time the gunfire erupted, but they have been in touch with members of his team and say they are cooperating. Of note, Toronto police would also not confirm whether this was a drive-by shooting and whether the suspects got out of the vehicle when the shots were fired or if they remained inside the vehicle.
That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time.
Investigators would also not comment on a possible motive at this time. They do say that they are aware of the ongoing feud between American rapper Kendrick Lamar and Drake, however, would not comment further. They say despite the high-profile nature of the shooting, they are treating this like any other shooting investigation here in Toronto.
Now, like they said, they don't know how many suspects came, and they literally just shot the security guard right at the front of the house. So they're looking for Drake. That's the motive. They're saying that they don't have a motive for the whole shooting, but obviously it's because of the whole Kendrick and Drake feud. Now, I personally believe that Kendrick doesn't have nothing to do with it. He ain't calling the shots and telling these people to come to Drake's house and shoot the house sub and have people come and trespass and have people in London go and vandalize the OVO store. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want that to happen. I feel like Kendrick just wants this to be strictly rap beef, but he genuinely just hates Drake. He genuinely just hates Drake. Now, it turning violent, I feel as though that is very, not even, serious. It shouldn't even turn like that. And I feel like that's how it should be with all beefs, all rap beefs. It should just stay pin the pad. And if you want to apologize, if you don't want it to get to as what it is right now, apologize by making a song or try and come together or something. But if you genuinely just hate that person, don't just, now it's so high profile that it turns violent. You're hearing Kendrick say he want Drake to die and all of that. That was a stiff punch. That was a hard punch that he just threw at Drake. And now you're going to have the fans involved, and the fans, the core Kendrick fan base, obviously they're going to feel some type of way. Okay, they want this dude to die. We're going to try and do something. You're going to have some delusional fans, core fan bases that'll do some things like that. And clearly Drake probably care about the beef. Don't get it twisted. He probably hate Kendrick, but at the same time, it's not to the point to where it's going to turn violent. And it's really sad to see how all of this is just turning violent and people literally crash out over their favorite rappers that they're probably never going to see. You probably never is going to see your favorite rapper or even going to have a conversation. But the fact that you'll go out and literally crash out because that person, that rapper, that singer, or whoever will say, oh, they want this person gone, they want this person dead, and now you want to just stalk the person that they're beefing with and try and hurt the person, it shouldn't even get to that point whatsoever. So, on this note, on the negative side of the beef, this gotta go, and Drake is obviously gonna respond to this some way, shape, or form, whether that's gonna be in a song, because he's not gonna do anything violent, because Drake ain't that type of person for it to go violent. Now, Kendrick, with, him being from LA and all of the, his core fan base, they're really like that. I don't think Drake is really like that. I could be wrong, but I don't want it to get to that point whatsoever. Rap beef shouldn't get there. Any type of beef in music industry, football, anything, it shouldn't turn to the point to where it gets violent. Have y'all disagreements, have how y'all feel about each other. If y'all hate each other rapping in the music industry, cool, don't let it turn violent. Just like on the field, you may hate somebody on the football field, and then it's just like that, it don't turn violent. You may hate somebody on the court, but it don't turn violent. Just stay on the court, and that's it. The moment it expands and now more people that don't need to get into it, and now it just turns violent, and now you're putting pretty much everybody in danger. You're putting not only Drake in danger, but you're putting Kendrick Lamar in danger. You're going to put all the other people that Kendrick is associated with in danger, because who knows, Drake's fans may respond. Kendrick Lamar and Drake are untouchable, but they're going to go after people like the security guard, or the other security guards that maybe Kendrick has, or maybe the friends that Kendrick has. But we know that Drake and Kendrick Lamar is going to be untouchable in these situations. They roll with too many people. They gotta be protected at all times, especially with something like this going on. But now, since the Kendrick fans have attacked Drake, who knows? Maybe the Drake fans will come and do the same thing, and who knows? This can go way worse than what it is now, because it's already bad. It started off okay with it being pin the pad, but now people are getting hurt. Like, now I feel like the beef has to stop. For real. I see why J. Cole saw something that we didn't see. We thought J. Cole, he apologized to Kendrick Lamar. We thought that he was just scared of the smoke. He ain't want none of the smoke. Maybe he saw this coming. Because something like rap beef and what they're rapping about what they're beefing about is still sort of kind of unknown. Like, it ain't even nothing as big to the point to where it turns violent. And the fact that J. Cole saw that and he apologized and wanted to settle the beef and just get it done, he avoided a whole lot of confrontation from people. He avoided this from transpiring. He avoided himself from getting hurt potentially, because I feel like this isn't going to stop. This isn't going to stop. It already started. Now, who knows? Like I said, the Drake fans come and respond. So this is the bad part of the beef that really needs to stop. Like, I feel as though, like, the beef should be done, like, right now, because now people are getting hurt. Innocent people getting hurt that don't have nothing to do with the beef, and he's just, protecting Drake. Like, nah, we don't need more people getting hurt whatsoever. So hopefully they catch the people who shot up the mansion. Now, like I already said, they already got the trespasser who had invaded his home in Toronto, and they also they're trying to figure out who vandalized the OVO store in London. So they need to figure all of that out. Now, on the bright side, the beef is funny as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, the beef has been funny. The whole Metro BBL Drizzy beat, that is funny. Well, Rick Ross is just posting on social media, that's funny. The whole Metro tweets that has been coming out back in the day on what he was posting before has been very, very, very funny. Like, the beef is funny overall. Funny as hell. If we're talking about strictly just the tracks, Euphoria is just top tier. It's just a great diss song. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Family Matters is good. You know what I'm saying? 616 Freestyle, that's good. Meet the Grams is probably the best one because it's the most disrespectful Kendrick diss. Like, that song is so disrespectful. Family Matters, it grew on me. It really did grow on me. That's a very good diss, and I feel like he said in the heart, Drake said that he was spreading the fake information so that way Kendrick can take it. So it kind of knocked down Meet the Grams just a little bit, because now it's like Meet the Grams isn't even credible. But Euphoria is so good that it's like, man, like, Drake's diss songs are a 10, but Kendrick's is just like on a whole new level. It just is. And Not Like Us, personally, maybe I gotta re-listen to it, but I personally feel as though Not Like Us is the worst one out of all four of them. Like, I see what Kendrick was trying to do by making like a club banger, you know what I'm saying? Which obviously it's gonna get its traction because it got the views, but to me personally, it ain't really hitting like that. He was really pretty much saying the same thing about him being messing with young girls and stuff like that. But in regards to the disrespect, like the Meet the Grams, that's what I wanted a diss. I want it to be strictly disrespect. You coming for that person neck every single bar. It wasn't really hitting like that. I personally feel as though Family Matters is better than that. Push-Ups is better than that. And that was Drake's first diss. And that diss was good too. But it's just Kendrick's diss is just on another level. Right now, like I said, I'm on Drake's side. But Kendrick is probably slightly winning. And the reason why he is winning is because he got 4 diss songs. And Euphoria is just that good. And I don't think Euphoria may not get the credit that it deserves because of Not Like Us. And obviously they're rotating 1 and 2 on the charts. But Euphoria is a damn good diss. It's a damn good diss. When I heard that, I didn't think Kendrick was going to come out like that. Let alone, I didn't think Kendrick was going to come and drop 4 diss songs. And then when Drake drops Family Matters, he drops a diss song 30 minutes later. And obviously, he may even talk about what just happened on the Drake shooting and the trespassing and the store getting vandalized. He may even say something about it. One of them's going to say something about it, for real. But what's really getting Drake is the fact that he spreaded that fake information to Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar took it and said it in the song. Because now it's like the credibility is like, is Kendrick Lamar really saying things that is actually real? Or now is he capping because he took the information? Did he really know about the thing? Does he really know truly about Drake? Or does Drake more know about him? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So personally, I feel as though this beef, music-wise, is damn good. This is what we needed. This is what we needed in rap. Rap has been kind of going down a little bit. None has really been popping off like that. But it's great that we're getting the big 2 at least, because J. Cole is not going to be in that conversation. But what I will say is this beef, whoever wins this beef, will have a clear-cut number 1, and the other person will be number 2. Simple as that. If Drake wins this beef, he'll be number 1, and Kendrick will be number 2, point blank, period. Vice versa. If Kendrick ends up beating Drake, Kendrick will be number 1, Drake will be number 2 in a lot of people's eyes. This beef really determines who's number 1, who's number 2, who's number 3. People say, oh, Kendrick is better than Drake, or Drake is the worst one out of all 3 between him, Kendrick, and J. Cole, or J. Cole is the best one out of all 3 of them. But this beef right here is what we needed for just that reputation on who is the best. I personally still believe that Drake is the best because of the simple fact it's just his catalog. The catalog is just there. But Kendrick has a respectable catalog as well, with Good Kid, Mad City, The Pimp a Butterfly, Section 80, like Mr. Morale, like all of these good tapes that he has. He has a good catalog. But personally, I just feel as though Drake he's just on a whole different level. But the shooting and all of these things, like, it really does gotta stop, and I honestly don't see it stopping. I honestly, as messed up as it is, I really do feel like something else may happen. I do. I don't know what's gonna happen, but if they're already vandalizing stores, if they're already trying to shoot and kill Drake and all of this, like, imagine if they take away Drake. Imagine if they take away Kendrick Lamar, how the world will just be devastated. Like, a lot of people will be devastated that they'll take away Drake or kill Kendrick Lamar. Like, a lot of people would. So we can't have beef that is strictly rap beef turned violent. And maybe it's just a new generation right now with people having access to all of these weapons. Like, we can't have this. Let the rappers rap. Let the rappers talk. Let the athletes play when they're on the court and they hate each other. But don't let it turn violent at all. Because now you just messed up the whole entire thing. Messed up the whole entire beef. It's like, now you don't even want to do it no more because of the simple fact now somebody can get hurt. Drake probably don't even want to make another song no more because he can mess around and get hurt. I'm pretty sure he's the one that really is not even tripping more about the beef versus Kendrick Lamar. But DJ Academics did say that one of the 2 people was going to drop a diss song, whether it's Kendrick or whether it's Drake. I wonder who it's going to be. I think it's going to be Drake, though. But needless to say, I honestly feel like now, since the shooting has happened and it's listed as a drive-by and everything that's just been transpiring, I just feel as though this beef just has to stop. It has to stop. You can't have nobody get hurt. We can't have innocent bystanders that don't have nothing to do with the beef get hurt. Security guards, people that, are affiliate of Kendrick Lamar or affiliates of Drake, we can't have any of these people get hurt whatsoever. That's something that you don't want to see at all. You see with the Chris Brown and Quavo beef, it hasn't turned violent, not one bit. You see with Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, hasn't turned violent, not one bit. You even saw with Drake and Pusha T, didn't turn violent, not one bit. But this specific beef with the two best people in the rap game is turning violent. And it shouldn't be like that at all. So, overall, this beef, besides the shooting and all that, is funny as hell. The BBL Drizzy, like that's crazy. And Drake was saying like, hey, like you want to make a beat over my ass? Like that's crazy. And Drake really said some punches on Family Matters saying that Kendrick's son may not be his, it may be Dave Freeze. And sure enough, Kendrick's baby mom unfollows Kendrick but still follows Dave Freeze. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Like, he was throwing some punches too. He threw punches at Kendrick. He threw punches at The Weeknd. He threw punches at A$AP Rocky. He threw punches at Rick Ross. He was talking his shit. He was talking about Metro, obviously. Like, he was talking that talk. Like, Drake is there for the raps. You know what I'm saying? He's there for the rap beef. Now, everything after that, he ain't gonna do it. But Drake, I'm surprised he's really keeping up in regards to rap beef, in regards to him versus Kendrick. Because I said Kendrick is probably the only one that can compete with Drake in a rap battle. And, Kendrick came out striking. But the strategy that Drake used of spreading false information to Kendrick, and he took it, is very, very smart. So now I feel like the score is like damn near even. Kendrick may be up just by a little bit because he has two songs that are just 1 and 2 with Euphoria and Not Like Us, and it's still going up. But overall, as a diss, I feel like Drake right now is just not getting the credit that he deserves. Like, the diss songs was hard. The diss songs were hard. Push Ups is hard. The Heart Part 6 is hard. Family Matters is hard as hell. It's just Kendrick's has just been on another level. But since Drake gave false information, he's back in the race. He's back in it. So I wonder who's gonna drop the next diss song. I wonder how it's going to go. Hopefully they find everybody that was involved in the shooting and the vandalism and all of the things that has been going on to Drake. And I hope that nothing happens to Kendrick Lamar in a violent way. I hope Drake's fans don't come and try and invade the beef. Hopefully none of that transpires at all, because now this beef probably took a turn for the worst. And this may just have been just the tip of the iceberg. It could go way deeper. Someone could have easily got killed. The security guard is in serious condition now. Who knows? Someone for Kendrick's crew may end up dying. And that's not what Drake wants. And I know that's probably not what Kendrick wants either. He don't want no one else to die, like, for real. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this beef does turn. Is it going to stop? Is it going to keep on going? Is it going to take a turn for the worse and get even more violent? Don't know. We're just going to have to see. So let me know whose side y'all are on. I'm still on Drake's side. I still feel like it's pretty much even. Let me know whose side y'all are on.